everybody, to the Mind of the Meanie, your weekly peek into the world according to former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie. Cover wrestling, music, movies, sports, and lots of useless knowledge, all contained in the Mind of the Meanie. I am your tour guide, Josh Shernoff, and he is the Blue Meanie. Meanie, what's on your mind?
This weather is bullshit, man.
Oh, shit.
Dude, it was like 70 like a couple days ago, and now I'm like freezing again. And it's like, it's like a tease.
Yeah,
Like
I got the sniffles.
I got the sniff. Yeah, this is gonna be a very. This is gonna be like a fetish for somebody. This show's gonna be like, one more time. Yeah.
Dude, so I used to have a band back in high school. We'd get together and we'd record, songs. And if you ever hear it, and I hate listening back to it, you can hear me going like, because I would always like clear out, and I didn't even know I was doing it. I would like clear out my sinuses before we'd start the song.
Dude,
and now if I ever listen back to those old things, that's the horrible sound that you hear. And in fairness to my bandmates, they have never brought it up. And this is the first time I've ever brought it up. But I guarantee you, if I bring it up to them, they're going to be like, yeah, that was freaking disgusting and horrible that we had to deal with that all the time. Like, I wouldn't do it like
live shows?
Like I just did here. But, live shows, I would do it, but I'd be away from the microphone.
I talked to a former bandmate of yours the other day, Mr. Kevin Hugg from Bonehead.
Oh, legitimate. Okay, I thought you were making a joke of like my high school bandmate. Oh, yeah,
No.
Kevin Hugg.
Kevin Hugg, who is in Bonehead. He was in Familiar 48, who had a national hit song called The Question. But they're from here in Philly. They were Bonehead. I used to go watch them when they were a cover band. And now they're back to playing. Well, they're slowly getting back. But I had reached out to Kevin because so I just did, like, somebody just asked me about WrestleMania 15. They're like, oh, well, what'd you do the week of? I was like, I couldn't think. I was like, oh, my God. The Friday night before WrestleMania, we went to, it was me, Al Snow, his family, the Headbangers, and Paul Bearer all went to a Philadelphia Phantoms hockey game.
Yeah.
So during the course, and this is like in the heyday of the Attitude Era. So if there's like a fight, one player would have them hit the Rock's theme, somebody else would hit Stone Cold. So we're at this game 2 days before WrestleMania 15, and this one guy from the Philadelphia Phantoms versus the Hershey Bears, and the guy from the Phantoms just beats the fucking balls off this fucking dude from the Hershey Bears to the point where the guy just like lays down and turtles up, and the guy's still wailing on him. We're like, holy shit.
Jeez.
And the crowd's getting... A couple years later, I go see Bonehead over in Jersey at the Pennant East, this club on 130. And the guy goes, hey, I remember you WWE. And the guy was visiting Bonehead too. And it was the hockey player who beat the shit out of that guy. And he goes, hey, I remember you guys came to a game before WrestleMania. Yeah, I got into a fight that night, but it was a situation I normally wouldn't have started a fight, but I knew you guys were in the crowd. I had to do something. So I've been trying to think of who that player is, so I reached out to Kevin Hugg.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Hugg goes, oh, I see you're working with Josh Shernoff.
Oh, yeah?
No, he didn't do that. Nah, you can't make that sound through Messenger. But
no, Kevin wouldn't know about that sound because we did almost all studio stuff together.
Oh, okay.
So we did some live stuff, but he wouldn't have heard it. And studio stuff that we did together, he would usually come in to record after, so he wasn't hearing any of my like clearing my stuff out. But yeah,
there's a fetish for that. I'm sure. I mean, if people...
there shouldn't be. There shouldn't be, that's for sure. No, but it's like, that's the thing, man. Like you can't, and I didn't do it all the time. I did it whenever I was like, like this time of year. Mm-hmm. But like, but you can't sing and you can't, like, if I didn't like clear out at some point, like I'd be doing the podcast like this, so which would be horrible. Hey man, been eating a lot of matzah. Have you eaten a lot of matzah this week?
No, but it sounds
No?
You make it sound like I should be.
Here's some matzah. Trying to finish it up. I actually put some jelly and cream cheese on it. Just to doesn't that look like a bad like pad I just removed? Horrible. No, Passover was this week, which the non-Jews will know Passover as the Last Supper. But which reminds me, Meanie, hang out. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh well, that's a lots of matzah. That's the joke I was gonna make. While Josh was showing me his, that looks like a goddamn maxi pad, as Samuel L. Jackson said in Pulp Fiction. We're doing fine till you made his dish rag look like a goddamn maxi pad. But yeah, man. So welcome to the Mind of the Meanie. Here's the show that goes on to my head every single day, whether I like it or not. And Josh is back.
Yeah, I have no idea what you were talking about. I couldn't hear you.
That's good. You're better off.
I had to go grab this because I forgot, because this is our Easter, I guess our post-Easter episode, or pre-Easter, depending on if you're watching live.
Post-Easter apocalypse.
Yeah, this is the tie that was sent to me.
That's awesome.
By one of our esteemed Patreon members, Derek Price.
Nice.
Derek, you're here today, I believe, right? So he's here. Shackleford's here too, and he's late. But Derek, I got the tie. I appreciate it very much. And I had promised that I was going to wear it, so I'll wear it right over my King of Sarcasm shirt, which is available exclusively if you're a Patreon member, because Pro Wrestling Tees, for whatever reason, thought that this shirt resembled something. I can't think of it off the top of my head of what this King of Sarcasm shirt might resemble, but whatever. It's fine. But I promised him I'd wear the tie, and I had it sitting over there, and I had forgotten, but this is it. This is the tie that he sent me for Easter, and it's reversible, too, if I want to be a little classier.
You get a large bottle of seltzer water.
I know. Like, I'm looking at this tie, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is meant for a bunny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I said I'd wear it.
I'm going to shove some dollars. I'm going to shove some dollars into your shorts.
Please do, but that has nothing to do with Easter.
Ladies, now coming to the stage.
God, I hope it was Derek. Derek, say something. I'm getting nervous now that I just gave him credit for something.
I think Derek sent me something. Who did you tell me to go? Somebody said something to my P.O. box. Was it Derek?
I don't know. A lot of people send things to your P.O. box. I'm not even joking. I get messages all the time of like, hey, does Meanie have a way? Can I send something to Meanie? I'm like, yeah, here's his home address.
This is probably bad this is bad content, but yeah, you sent me like a message. Hey, so-and-so said go check your P.O. box. Somebody sent me a book called Does It Fart? And it's too far for me to run, unlike your bunny tie, but I'll bring it up.
Well, I hopped, to be fair.
Oh, well, yeah, I can't kill the fucking gimmick, dude. Can't kill the gimmick, brother.
Hey, speaking of gimmicks and speaking of Patreon members, I just want to give a shout out to the Rock and Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
Our good friend Nick over there had me on as a guest. It will be airing this Wednesday, wherever you get your podcast. We kind of do a preview of Wrestlemania, which was great considering I really have no idea what the hell's going on. But it was really kind for him to have me on. I felt so bad because I felt like I was like, I felt like he only got like 70% of me because I've been my kids have been waking up at, my one son has not been sleeping well, and my other kids get up so early, and I felt like I was on like no sleep. And when it was done, I'm like, God, I hope that didn't suck. And like my allergies were getting me. So it's a great way to tell people. So check it out because I think it sucks. No, it was awesome. Every episode of Rock and Wrestling Podcast is awesome. And Nick has been a Patreon member since day one-ish, as they say.
He was our first sponsor.
Our first sponsor, and our first and one of our first Patreon members.
That's awesome.
And still a Patreon member to this day. So very much appreciate him. And one of the first podcasts, I think, if not the first podcast I was ever a guest on, was Rockin' Wrestling. So
very cool.
And you've been a guest on his show before.
Oh, absolutely. Well. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good. So I just want to give him a little plug ski, as they say, because he deserves it. And so definitely subscribe to the Rockin' Wrestling podcast. And if you're thinking to yourself, I don't want a show that just has guests like Josh Shernoff. No, he's had, I think I'm like tied or just beat Tony Schiavone for how many times I've been on the show. So trust me, Tony's better than me. And he's had some great guests on that show before, from
Absolutely.
rock and wrestling.
Which makes sense.
But yeah.
Yes.
This tie looks good though, right? Like I don't look ridiculous.
Nah. Not
At least it's an audio show.
Yeah. Nobody's watching this.
No one's watching it. Well, hey, listen, it's on FITE. Still, nobody's watching us, but it's on when it is available on FITE. No, we actually have had a really nice viewership on FITE. Kind of surprising. So thank you.
Very cool. Very appreciated.
I shouldn't say surprising. Yeah, but
they paid damn good money to watch some FITE.
So you know who else has paid damn good money? Meanie.
I know, but
and we've talked about him a lot on here.
That's a setup.
Yeah, it's a setup. James Sorensen is he is a blue tier member on Patreon, which is the top because blue, everybody, it's silver, gold, blue. Some might even call it the Sorensen level.
Yeah. We might have to name it after him.
And part of it is if you pay to be a part of that for 3 months, then you get to be a guest co-host on our show. And everybody who listens and watches this show, we don't do guests like ever, almost never.
Very rarely.
Very, very rarely. So we are excited.
Out of necessity.
Excited to have him on out of necessity, or excited that we don't out of necessity we don't have guests.
Out of necessity, we don't have guests. Like I said, we would go through our Rolodex. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 8th time, Al Snow.
Yeah, who we always use as the example, but he's never been on a single episode. We are going to use him as our apologies to Al Snow. He's
our Matt Damon.
Later, sure.
That should be our new gimmick. Apologies.
We're going to do it. I think we brought that up once before. We're going to do that. Yeah, apologies to Al Snow. All
in
right,
our production,
don't forget because I'm an idiot.
Our production meeting. Well, I got to fart.
You have to what?
I have to fart.
Why don't you do that, and we'll do that as James' intro.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. That almost had company, so I didn't push the issue.
Well, anyway, here is the one, the only, James Sorensen. James, thank you so much for being here with us.
Yay! Awesome. What's up, brother?
That was awesome.
Oh man, that was something. I don't know if I would have called that fart awesome. Yeah, it was no. What am I listening to? What was that? The crowd going wild?
It's a roadcaster. I have an applause button.
Okay.
Gotta bring in James.
Well,
I have to bring in James better than.
Okay.
That was
James.
That was the Shockmaster of farts. It was just
The Shockmaster did more damage. So James, welcome to the show. Welcome to the reality that you've wasted money the last 3 months to earn this. You're gonna walk away from this and go, "This is what I signed up for."
It's like a real shitty date,
It's better than any date I've been on ever.
Okay,
oh,
I mean that's upsetting for you.
I've never been on I've never really been on a date, so I've never been the dating type. So it's like,
Yeah. He just hits it and quits it. That's really it. There's no
and that's why he can afford to be a blue member of our Patreon.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all the money.
That's
all
the difference.
The money
Meanie and I, we couldn't even afford to be blue members of this if we wanted to.
No.
But,
you're better off, dude. You're better off.
Yeah.
But my apologies for blowing off a few weeks ago.
Hey, since you brought it up, so let's talk a little bit about that.
We'll give you some heat.
We're gonna call Big Shot Sorensen over here. He big showing off his NWO. Oh, his signed. Well, excuse me, James Sorensen. His signed NWO. What is that, like an NWO trucker's hat?
Yeah,
that's actually a pretty badass looking hat right there.
Yeah, man.
So James was supposed to be on the show 2 weeks ago. And then we get a message from him very like coyly telling us that like, oh, you know what? Actually, I was invited to go to something. I got to go hang out with a friend type deal. We're like, oh, dude, no, go for it. No problem. No worries. That's fine. We'll reschedule. We'll get you back here in 2 weeks. Not a problem at all. And then I see this son of a gun right here. This friend he was hanging out with was Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you skipped out on us for Eazy-E, Hall of Famer, Eric Bischoff. That's all right. I would have done the same thing.
First Hall of Fame signature.
There you go.
Really? That's awesome.
So cool.
Well, this is the same pouch I used for your Halloween costume.
Nice. Yeah, because everybody remembers me as a heavyweight champion. No, but yeah, I appreciated it. Your Halloween costume was like if Josh was successful at his wrestling career. I liked it. It was really
the butterfly effect, sliding doors.
Well, you got a good rub off of me. You got Eazy-E to follow the both of you.
Is that why he followed us?
No, it was probably because
I was gonna say I thought it was because he loved my tweet on Meltzer.
You should have went with it, dude.
Yeah, take credit. Always take credit.
Yeah, don't let the truth get in the way of good. Don't let facts get in the good way of a good story.
Something like that.
Something like that.
No, but at the time of the recording,
paraphrasing. What's that, James? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. At the time of that recording,
I know I'm fine, but I'm sorry too.
I was in the mountains.
You were in the mountains, so you weren't able. And so it never crossed your mind, hey, maybe I should pop in on their podcast and surprise them with Eric Bischoff?
No, I popped in, but it was like I didn't meet with them till like 1 o'clock that time.
So was this like a one-on-one of you and him, or were you like just a one-on-one? One-on-one.
I emailed him. Well, originally I had said I was going to go meet a friend. I went and stayed at that friend's house.
Okay, so he wasn't full of it. He actually was meeting a friend that he was using as an Airbnb to go hang out with.
Well, they said they had a birthday party to go to on Saturday, so I was like, what am I going to do? And I was Googling throughout the day. I was Google mapping how much time, how many miles it was from where they were at to Cody. And then Cody, Wyoming, and then it was like 2 hours longer from where I'm at to Cody, Wyoming. So I was like, oh.
So here's the thing, man. I've been involved in the wrestling business for about 20 years. Okay, in and out, not in a big way, but I've been a part of it. In the last couple of years, I like to think I've started to carve out a little niche for myself, a little bit of a following. There has never been a time in my life that I have been able to go, oh, my friend's busy. What should I do? Oh, I'll see if Eric Bischoff wants to hang out. Like, dude, what's going on with you? That's got to be so cool. That's got to be so much fun.
It was
Meanie used to call Bischoff all the time back in the 90s, and he wouldn't return his calls.
I just had his email because
that laugh sounded like there was truth to it.
Blame Doug Dillinger.
Yeah. Doug Dillinger used to attack Meanie outside of the... Meanie, you look a lot like Doug Dillinger these days.
Well, welcome to the last edition of mine and a meanie.
I could say no. If you shorten that beard and you grew a mustache, it's basically Doug Dillinger, right? I'm sorry. All gray-haired people look the same to me.
One time I said, fuck Doug Dillinger. Not literally, but figuratively to his face.
What?
As a fan, every year, everybody watches Halloween Havoc around Halloween Havoc or Halloween time.
Yeah.
So Halloween Havoc 92 was in Philly.
When you ended Nikita Koloff's career.
Yeah, but you okay, James?
He's showing off his That Was Extreme hoodie.
Cool. So the month before at a house show, they announced tickets for Halloween Havoc would be going on sale at intermission, and we said fuck it. We all got in line, right? Mm-hmm. So like even before the show started, there was a line, and they didn't want like half the building to be in line for Halloween Havoc 92 tickets while the show's going on, you know?
Right.
And Doug Dillinger's like, everybody go back to your seats. They'll be on sale in intermission. And we're like, nope. Fuck you, Doug.
Fuck you, Doug Dillinger.
Yeah, so that's how I ended up in front row Halloween Havoc.
That's awesome.
I said, fuck you to the man.
No, nice. I've bought both times I've gone to a wrestling event. I've bought both my front row tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it seems like there was more to that sentence, but
yeah, I feel like there was. Yeah,
I bought both my tickets.
That sentence. There's more to that statement. The first time I sat next
he's like,
to
"Don't fucking cut me off, Meanie. This is my show. Welcome to the mind of Sorensen, motherfucker."
So, how long has Bischoff been in the trunk of your car?
No.
Sorensen. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Bischoff, and he doesn't come out. He's, Sorensen.
The first time I ever went to a wrestling event, I sat next to a dad and a son. The son was a little kid who looked like Ultimate Warrior.
Now, a little kid dressed like the Ultimate Warrior, or a little kid who actually looked like the Ultimate Warrior?
Like he was on juice and stuff?
Like the dude was on the sauce? Like what was,
He had back knee?
If you can still get the network or go to Peacock, April 23rd, 2019, SmackDown.
Okay. April 23rd, 2019, SmackDown.
You know what you call a female peacock? A peacock.
I had higher hopes for that.
Hey, that's a George Carlin joke.
Oh, okay.
Carlin and Carnegie. Come on.
Oh, I thought it was a Dave Meltzer.
Oh, no. You're thinking Dave Meltzer joke. You're thinking that's called the Wrestling Observer.
Yeah, that's a monthly subscription.
Yeah, to get and that's
and they'll cost you your pride.
What are you holding up there? What do you have there?
I'm back to my story. It was a. He dressed up as Ultimate Warrior. Didn't have no wrestling belts at all. So I bought a Universal belt and a replica title belt that they've been using since 14. Mm-hmm. I gave him that. He got it signed by Roman Reigns, and about a week later, sent me this.
Oh, that's awesome!
Very cool.
And you gave him the belt. I remember you telling us that before. That's awesome, man. See, James is a good guy, and that's why Eric Bischoff will hang out with him.
Yeah, he's got a good heart.
Yeah. It's that one time Bischoff saw me punch a kid, and he won't hang out anymore,
And I grabbed the kid's belt and ran.
Well, that was the thing. I punched the kid. Meanie grabbed the belt and ran, and that's when Meanie said, "I think we should do a podcast together."
Fair use, bitch. History. And ran.
Hey,
that's the only time you see me run.
So I was doing a podcast, right? I was a guest on a podcast. Oh, I think I have matzah in my eye.
That's what they call it now.
Oh, that's when something bad happens at Hebrew school. Anyway, so I sent a text to my wife and asked her, "Can you please bring me my seltzer?" Because I forgot to get my seltzer before the show. because I was doing a podcast right before that ran a little bit late. I was a guest on another podcast, and I unfortunately I don't have a seltzer, and unfortunately my wife doesn't respond to me. So
if I was
cool.
to take my ugly drink.
Oh, well, that's the one. It's my ugly.
Yeah, and if
I've been saving my last ugly and she won't respond to me.
Oh, what do you have there, Sorensen?
Strawberry cucumber.
I got lemon lime, so let's rub it in Josh's face.
You can rub it in my face all you want. I'm calling my wife while we're...
Should I hold on and cracking it open?
She's here. Look at this. Oh, wait. Oh, you almost even got to see a little bit of her hand on camera. Thank you. That was perfect timing, too. And that is...
That's love.
What's that? Your finger said Easter. She's dyeing Easter eggs, so I may have Easter egg dye on me now.
Can she do it,
sweetie?
It'll go with
that
your
is why I
tie.
have the best wife.
Yes.
All right.
3.
What'd you say, Mrs. Shernoff run in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a Mrs. Shernoff run the hell out before I forced her to be on camera. That's what she just did.
What flavor?
So yeah, I got lemon lime.
Oh, so we're twinsies.
Twinsies. This is I'll be honest with you. This is the last one. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I've been saving some. She's been drinking them.
Dude,
she's acting like she's not, but she's been drinking them.
Is there a promo code for it?
Yeah,
there is a promo code. It's Ugly Meanie.
What the fuck?
I didn't come up with it.
Nah, that's cool. Hey, you send me free drinks. You call me whatever the fuck you want. You know.
Yeah.
But I might go.
Yep.
I might go and order my own batch because I really, 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 really enjoy these drinks.
Yeah.
I'll
just beg them to send me more. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm Sandman in it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Yow.
Cheers.
These smell really good. I know I say it every week, but they smell so good.
They do.
Yeah, man.
It is the aroma that
the Paul aroma.
Meanie.
Terrible.
Unable to find valid discount matching the code you entered.
All right.
Name.
I didn't say it was a discount.
Oh.
I said you can type it in. I don't know. We're supposed to have it. I don't know if we have that set up yet or not.
Well, they like if your order's over $30, they throw in free shipping. So I might be spending a couple $30 with them. Seriously.
Yeah. No. Seriously though. It's really it's awesome.
Everything about Ugly is really good. From the taste, I love the packaging. I love the artwork.
Packaging's just so cool. Yeah. It's top notch. Have you seen some of their stuff online too? Like where they're just like, all right, let's give it up for the real star of the show here. Orange Crush is back, and they're putting over. They've got like gimmicks for all their drinks.
And if you're overseas, they have Ugly Drinks UK.
They do. Ugly Drinks UK. Yes, I saw that. So definitely check that out. A little
somebody,
bit about Ugly.
Somebody found me on Twitter, was from United Kingdom. They were like, man, I wish we had these over here. And I went, actually, and I tagged their UK Twitter page. Ugly Drinks
awesome.
UK. Yeah, very cool.
They're a relatively young company too. But they created Ugly to be a refreshingly honest, sparkling water with no sugar, no sweeteners, and no calories. Beyond quenching your thirst, they aim to celebrate the real, the raw, the imperfect, the ugly truth. Their flavors, are designed to be punchy and nostalgic, a genuine soda replacement for those wishing to ditch the sugar and sweeteners. That is the big thing for me that keeps, that's what's the step up between the other ones. It's that genuine soda replacement, because that's when I'm drinking this. It tastes like Sprite. The lemon lime, it doesn't taste like lemon lime seltzer. It tastes like Sprite, but not like a Sprite Zero that's got a bunch of like junk in it.
Right.
So let's see. Ingredients: sparkling water, natural flavor. That's it.
What more could you want?
Yeah, nothing.
Have you had the energy one yet?
No.
No, but I have a feeling I will.
Yeah. So thank you again for these. This is it. We'll see how quickly they can send me another one because this is my last one because my wife drank all the other ones. So
you don't know what the struggle is of trying to save these for the show.
Yeah, it's
because I want to drink them. Like I would kill a case in a day.
Well, okay, so each case had what, 8?
Something like that.
So I think each one had 8.
Yeah.
Mine lasted 3 weeks on the show. So that gives you an idea of how I was able to.
Yeah. Talk about
how I was able to save these.
24.
Well, no. We got small. We got like and they actually sell the pack that they sent to us. It's like a sampler type deal. It was cherry and lemon lime and peach. Oh, the peach was so good.
Peach was really good.
24.
Memories.
Yeah, sometimes you sponsor things. Yeah,
well, it's 24 altogether. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But usually when
8 times. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a keeper as far as sponsors and stuff like that. Man, I'll be drinking this from now on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hands down, this is a favorite. So as far as a keeper of sponsors, I know that that's not usually like our choice. But spoiler ugly, you have no choice. You are now the.
They taste good. They smell good.
What?
They taste good. They smell good, and they deliver. So
yes,
you don't even have to leave the house.
Meanie's only 2 of those.
Well, yeah. I'll give you that one.
Yeah. So James, how? Tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you stumble upon the mind of the Meanie?
Yes.
Josh Meanie did a appearance for Conrad Thompson on ad-free shows last July or August.
Meanie did the Q&A, right?
Yes. And I was one of the last few ones to interact with him, and I just thought I could get behind this.
That's awesome.
And I've been enjoying it ever since.
Very cool.
That's very cool. And that makes me feel bad because when Meanie finished that, I berated him for 2 hours that I didn't feel that he presented himself in the way that I would have liked.
Yeah.
So it's that's awesome. And I know you're not alone in that of people who joined us from that appearance that Meanie did. But you've been here for just nonstop. And I almost like, so James is so supportive for everybody who's watching and listening to this. James is so supportive that like Meanie and I feel bad sometimes that he supports us so much that we're like, dude, like we're not sure we deserve it, but we're so grateful for all of your support, man. It's really, this has been, and Absolutely. James, you dressed as me for Halloween. That's incredible. That's just, that's awesome.
I can't go beard, so it's like I was like, I didn't even need a beard. I can only go here.
Well, I used to be clean shaven, and then I put on some weight and grew a beard. But no, I used to be clean shaven for the first majority of my career until my daughter asked me to grow my beard back that I had prior to being back involved in wrestling. And she saw pictures and asked me to grow it back. So I grew it back. And everyone watching So Says Shernoff, I think it was the first Shernie Awards. And everyone was just like, dude, you got to keep the beard. Oh, the beard. I was getting all these like legitimately getting messages from people, and not just like random people. Like it was like people that I knew in the business. Like I got one from Dave Silva telling me like, dude, that beard's got to stay. And I was so, I want to say kind of offended because I'm like, so everyone like just went crazy. Like that's the answer. Josh needs to cover half his face and then we can enjoy his show. Just cover half your face and you're good. And my eyebrows already cover a third of my face. So, it's, so yeah, That was it. I grew the beard, and then there was like one episode you can find of So Says Shernoff when I shaved, and like I looked like it just was not. It wasn't a good situation. I was trying out the new ring light and camera and lighting setup, and like the camera was like angled down, but it was like all weird, and I looked like I had aged 40 years while also like de-aging. Like it was very bizarre. But yeah, so don't worry about it, man. You don't have to have a beard.
But I honestly, I know what it's like to be. You guys are entertainers, and this isn't a news show. It's supposed to be comedic relief. It's supposed to help us escape the day just by hearing the stories that both of you transpire. So I listen to Eric Bischoff's 83 Weeks, so I get enlightened every week. And with you,
they live to enlighten over there.
Yeah, man. I've been listening to Eric's the 83 Weeks Eric Fires Back, where he listens to shoot interview clips of stuff people said about him, and he answers back, and it's so good. I'm not even gonna repeat anything he said because.
Yeah, go check it out.
Go check it out, dude.
It's worth it.
I always liked Eric Bischoff. I still like Eric Bischoff, and I respect.
I like him even more now that he follows me on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that too. But dude, his replies to some of the stuff that was said about him is gold. So go over to ad-free shows, or you can listen to 83 Weeks wherever podcasts are available if you want.
Yep.
No ads, go to adfreeshows.com and listen to that as well. But dude, his retorts are so good.
I honestly feel like I have like this little like kinship with Eric Bischoff that he doesn't know about, but I feel this connection to him because I am, no matter how hard I try not to be, I am one of the most long-winded people you will ever meet. Like I am the definition of the ask me what time it is. And I will not only tell you how to build a watch, but I also tell you the history of time itself. Like it's all as like a backstory leading up to the eventual understanding of why it is the time that it is right now. And guess what? It's 45 minutes later than when you asked me. So when I listen to 83 Weeks and he goes deep into the weeds, I love it because I'm just like, dude, I get where you are. And I love hearing those little like unnecessary, extra bits of information. You know, I love hearing that stuff because that's the way I tell stories, much like this one. I could have just said, yeah, I'm kind of long-winded, just like Bischoff.
Same.
Which would have been ironic.
And if you ever need a podcast if you're feeling really, really upset and disgruntled, we're Talking Shift with Lori Bischoff. His wife has a good podcast too.
Yeah. Oh, and she's pretty inspiring from what I understand, right? I haven't had an opportunity to check it out yet, but she's.
Well, now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah. She's, I know that Eric Bischoff has talked before about how, like, a lot of the way he thinks about things now in his life is because his wife kind of, you know, made him see things in a different way. And one of them, I'd be paraphrasing, but I remember that it was something along the lines of, like, basically, like, why are you allowing anybody else to control, you know, how you're feeling? You know, and like, it's just, it's, I'm going to check it out. Now that you mention it, I'm going to check that out. Unfortunately, I mean, that's the one, if there's one downside to ad-free shows is that there's too much good content. So I constantly know that I'm missing out on something really good. Even if I spend every free moment of every day of that week listening to ad-free shows, I still have that feeling inside knowing that there is great content on ad-free shows that I didn't get to this week.
Yeah.
Only to be replaced the next week by more great content. But I shouldn't say replaced because it's on demand. So it's there. Once it's there forever.
Like that was Extreme?
Yeah, like that was extreme. I was gonna say unless you're Bruce Mitchell, but then I guess you come back. So, God, now I'm gonna get a message from Conrad. I like you, but I wish you wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Come back, Bunny Rabbit.
Was that your Bruce Mitchell impersonation of him interviewing the Crockett's?
Yeah, the mad scientist that was chasing Bugs Bunny after the thing at
Yeah.
ether explode. Did you ever see the mad scientist? The ether explodes and he's chasing Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Come back, Bunny Rabbit.
So Josh, when you came, I just thought this now. When you went to go get the tie, I was like, if he doesn't come back, we're calling Dom. If he ain't back in 10 minutes, we calling Domino's.
You had me at when
What?
you had me at Josh when you came.
The movie with Dave Chappelle from like Half Baked.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, because he went to get food. He doesn't come back. Yeah, I got you.
Call the police. If he ain't back in 10 minutes, we calling Domino's.
Great.
I
want
yeah.
now I want pizza.
Yeah, I when I watched that movie, I myself may have been half baked, so I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. So what do we have here? Devin Miller says clean shaven Shernoff is a no go. Oh well, fuck you, man. Thank you. And
if you want to see horrible, watch me shave my face. Ugh.
is it actually what your face looks like clean shaven, or the actual action of you shaving that's horrible?
Well, look, it's just like I haven't seen my face like clean shaven in like over 20 years, and like I like the beard so much that like I would probably like I would shave it off and go, I don't know. Mrs. Meanie hates it. Mrs. Meanie wants to see my underneath all this, but I'm just like, I'm good.
You just tell her, say it's the same length. It's just my chin. It just points all the way down.
That's my joke. This points to where my chin used to be. So, you all right, James?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm expecting a package that, thanks to you guys, I used Meanie 20 for.
Very nice.
Are we going to get a live demonstration?
Yeah.
Well, it involves the alternative commentary sponsor.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Maybe that's a great opportunity. Yeah, we don't want to do a live demonstration, that's for sure. But this seems like a great opportunity for us to talk about one of our great sponsors. And James, maybe you can lead us in to talk about them. Who is this great sponsor?
Manscaped.com.
Manscaped.com. That's right. Manscaped.com. Man, you can support the mind of the meanie the way James apparently has with Manscaped.com. They are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. They obsess over their technology developments the way that Meanie obsesses over his own balls to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. It's 2,000,001 now because James Sorensen is gonna get that stuff smoother than you know what on a gold tooth. We have an exclusive offer for my listeners here, for our listeners. 20% off plus free shipping with the code MEANIE20 at manscaped.com. So, Manscaped hooked us up with a bunch of tools and formulations, if you will, from their Perfect Package 3.0 kit. Bear with me. There we are. I'm back. I got it right here. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we have here, okay? For manscaped.com. This is the part you guys can hit that 15-second button if you're really angry. Or maybe you can pause this and go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code MEANIE20. Right here is the Crop Reviver. That's a ball toner. But let's start talking at first about this. Manscaped has created the best ball trimmer ever. It's the Lawnmower 3.0. It's their third generation trimmer featuring a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. I now feel confident shaving my boys. Meanie, how about you?
Dude, back in the day when, I had the single life and I was looking to impress the ladies, you put the one foot up on the soap dish and wind up nicking yourself, just to, clean the area and clean the shrubbery. But thanks to Manscaped, they take all the danger out of it. There's nothing worse than, the teeth prints from your clippers on your gimmick.
No, you don't need your balls looking like two Abdullah the Butchers hanging there.
You don't want to stick poker chips in that thing or anything like that. So, but yeah, man, everything's good to go. They gave you a light. They gave you a guard.
Oh, that's special. Yeah, look at this. You see that light right there?
Yeah.
It's an LED light for more precise shave. And, Meanie, James, it's waterproof. So you can step in the shower, clean that up, let it go down, clog the drain, snake it out later. But if you stay on top of it, that won't be the issue because it's a nice little trim. And don't use the same trimmer you use on your face as your balls. It's disgusting. Now, James, I know that's not an issue for you because you just told us you can't grow a beard. But Meanie and myself, I'm not going to use this here and then use it on my balls and then come back to my face. I don't want to put my balls on my face,
If I could, I'd never leave the house.
Well, but and here's the thing.
Meanie could.
Meanie could. Yeah, he can throw them over his shoulder like a
Santa sack.
like a Continental soldier. But
I think we found the name of the episode.
What is it? Continental soldier?
I was going to say post-Easter apocalypse, but Continental soldier might be.
Okay.
And it's a lot better
here's
than
the
the
thing.
2.0.
Throw it over my
Is it
shoulder.
better than the 2.0?
I've had the 2.0.
Because I'm still, if I'm being completely honest, I've got the 2.0, and I never found a need to get rid of it. So I've just kind of been using my 3.0 here as for demonstration purposes on the show. And I mean, the 2.0 was so damn good that I felt confident talking about the 3.0.
I lost the charger to the 2.0, so I need a new charger.
Well, hey, this has got a charger and a little stand that comes with it here.
Nice.
But remember when I said you don't want to have, it's like putting your balls on your face and you don't want that? But you might want to put your balls on someone's face. And that's why it's important that you use the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. Okay? Because you put deodorant on your armpits. Well, the smelliest part of your body is your undercarriage. So why would you not want to make sure that that's taken care of as well? The Lawnmower 3.0 comes inside this brand new Perfect Package 3.0, which comes with everything you need to keep trimmed, cut-free, and smelling nice. We've got the Crop Preserver, which is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. We talked about the deodorant on the armpits. Come on, why not put it everywhere else? Your balls stink. You know they stink. Put something on there. Even when your balls don't stink, they still stink because they're your balls. Speaking of sweaty and stinky balls, I'm thankful for the Crop Reviver, because that's there it keeps you from sweating and smelling and sticking. You don't want to stick. All right, we're getting to the point where people are going to want to go for a run, or in my case, a casual, sit. So, you're going to want to make sure that things aren't sticking. Manscaped, they threw in 2 free gifts with their Perfect Package as well. A pair of high-performance Manscaped boxer briefs, which are amazing to keep your junk feeling fresh all day, and a travel shed bag to store all your grooming goodies. So trim that junk of yours, get 20% off plus free shipping with the code meaniesaults at manscaped.com. Your balls will thank you. Again, it's get 20% off and free shipping with the code meaniesaults at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use code meanie20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for your family jewels with Manscaped. James, you're going to have to come back on here in 3 months and let us know how your balls are.
All right. Well, it's been 4 months technically.
It has, yeah. You're on. Well, hey, don't act like we didn't hold up our end of the bargain, James.
Listen here,
we were gonna have you on here, but you were just hanging out with the Bish.
Yeah.
What?
I started in December.
Yeah. Look at you now. Here you are. No, hey, it's April. We're coming up on Easter, which is yesterday, as all of you are watching this who aren't Patreon members, because that's just the way We do it here at Mine and Me. You know, we're actually doing what I have deemed two Jews and a meanie extreme Easter over at Ad Free Shows. We're doing the Zoom call on Easter Sunday in the evening. So that should be fun. That's what I'm going to call it when we actually do.
There was a skit on MTV. Instead of Two Live Crews, the Two Live Jews.
Yeah.
And they were doing, "Oi, it's so humid. Oi, it's so humid. You got some air conditioning."
Oh, it's so true.
On MTV's half-hour comedy hour back in the day.
I've been to many a Jewish deli, Meanie, and I got to tell you, sometimes I'll look around and I'll just be like, "Oh, that's pretty generic." I know what I'm seeing right there. That's pretty much like, that's why people think what they think. But, hey, but you can find that anywhere about anyone,
Hey, I'm Irish, like they say, how an Irishman's feeling better. He's blowing the foam off his medicine. So, Hey, and I found out I found out my Irish heritage because I've been doing the ancestry gimmick. So,
yeah. Can we get them as a sponsor? We've talked about them a lot.
Dude, I would love to. Because I just got a thing that they got their sample, and they're mixing my sample or whatever. I
you just got the email back that said, "We wanted you to spit in this."
Well, hey, I just got the crop reviver, and my balls smell terrific. By the way, my balls smell damn handsome. My balls smell like Robert Mitchum.
What?
I'm showing my age on that one. Robert Mitchum, a damn handsome man.
Yeah. But
no, seriously, we got the email from Ancestry that they're I should have my results in like a week. April 19th
Nice.
is when I'm supposed to get my results.
I look forward to hearing more about.
I'm part Irish, Norwegian, Czechoslovakian, and the other one escapes me. But as the funny thing is, like looking through all these old photos of people who I'm related to, a lot of them have this beard, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, well, that's because back in the day they didn't have beard trimmers.
Yeah,
but
I like my great-great-grandfather who died from chronic diarrhea.
Jesus. Every time.
Every time. Well, you only die once. You don't die every time.
Oh, it's terrible. This was a real person.
He's dead. Fuck it.
He doesn't care.
He can't hear. I got his photo here somewhere.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Here, I'll put it up to the camera.
There he is.
Yeah. That's my great. Let me see. Let me double check that. Yeah, Aries Hall. He died in 1879 from chronic diarrhea. So
Jesus. Well, something that's not going to give you chronic diarrhea is the is that shirt that James was just showing us.
Pretty sweet.
That's right, because it's WrestleMania week, man. It's Meanie Mania week. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah.
It is Meanie Mania week, and the Mind of the Meanie presents Meanie Mania post-show extravaganza, April 10th and 11th. Thank you, James, for putting it up on the screen there so I can see. April 10th and 11th, immediately following WrestleMania, which will be whenever Vince McMahon decides to end the show. So we don't know the exact time, but we figure if you're tuning into Meanie Mania, chances are you've tuned into WrestleMania as well.
Yeah.
So we will be there to give you our, our post-show analysis. And it's really exciting that WWE isn't running anything opposing us immediately following, night 2 of WrestleMania. Nothing that, say, broke the internet or anything like that.
No.
Dude, that was like my first thought when I saw that Chris Jericho was going to be on Stone Cold's Broken Skull Sessions.
Yes.
My first thought was, oh my God, that's amazing. My second thought was, okay, so nobody's going to be watching night 2 of the Meanie Mania post-show extravaganza.
Yeah.
James will be. Thank you.
Thank
I don't
you,
know that
James.
I will be. The entire thing is going to be us sitting here with me looking off to the side watching.
Me and you are going to we're going to switch over and do the Stone Cold post game show.
So Stone Cold is talking about to Chris Jericho about this.
Man, I am really excited about that. James, what was your thought? How large did you pop, and how long did it take you to clean it?
About 2 weeks.
Yikes! So you're still knee deep.
That's not a popcorn ceiling. Don't be fooled.
Oh, I was gonna say, where you're hanging out with Bischoff now. You're in Meltzer's viewing room.
I'm in my apartment. I hope not. I hope I'm not ever with Dave Meltzer. Cause
Oh, well, hey, Starcast.
His
Well,
bedroom looks like.
hopefully for
You don't have to
Starcast-
worry about that. You know who should be worried about that? Dave Meltzer, because I'll be there.
Hopefully for Starcast, I can help you guys with whatever
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah.
I mean, Meanie always needs to get those hard to reach places, and I could use somebody to just push my cart.
Well, if Mrs. Meanie is our Robin, he could, James could be our Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just if you can find a way to get me there, I'll do whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, man. I mean, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. By that I mean we'll send you a link to where you can get the tickets and everything. But yeah, you can definitely be our Baba Booey. It'd be wonderful.
Or Jeeps.
It could be like that's like a Paul Simon song. If you beat my body.
You'd be my Baba Booey.
Yeah, I could. It formulated and just fizzled out, and I was like, "Why did I say that?" And excuse me while I punch myself off camera.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go.
little stiff-ski over there.
Yeah, a little stiffsky, brother.
Man, no, this has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
James, having you be a part. I'm not sending you off just yet. Don't worry. But this has been a lot of fun having you on the show here. And this is something that if anyone watching goes to patreon.com, joins the Blue level, and is a Blue member for 3 months, then every 3 months once you clock in, there's 3 months. Like James, you're already, like you said, this is 4 months for you. You only got 2 more months, and we're gonna have you back here co-hosting. So that's
definitely
what I mean.
VIP, man.
Yeah, you can jump to that Blue level, that Sorensen level. And that's the thing. Here's what's going to happen. If James, we will rename it the Blue Sorensen level if you're a member for a year.
And we'll send you a plaque.
Don't do that. Don't do that, James.
Don't call my bluff.
Oh, thank you. You're keeping us.
We're
in business.
shitty salesmen. We're shitty salesmen.
Yeah, sign up for a year. Please don't. It's not worth it. Devin Miller wants to know, do we have Zoom coming up? Yes. So things got kind of crazy with our Patreon last month. So you're going to be getting a double Zoom in the month of April.
Zoom.
Which will be, yeah. So I was actually thinking the Zoom could be kind of a fun thing for us to do maybe the weekend after WrestleMania. Yeah. So that we can all kind of talk about what we watched and, have a good time with that. And then we'll do another Zoom at the end of the month.
We'll do a recap.
Yeah. And then I guess we'll see what's going on with our watch alongs that we do on Patreon because WWE Network is disappearing in the States. So we're going to have to make sure that everybody, I want to make sure we have a lot of people who are outside the U.S. I want to make sure that Peacock, that their time is lining up. When we're like, hey, do a watch along with us, start at this time. They're doing so much editing over there. I want to make sure they're going to line up Peacock and the outside the U.S. WWE network. But we'll figure all that out. And I also want to make sure that we have ECW on Peacock. What are you doing? Are you putting over Angle stuff?
Maybe.
This is the last.
Is that next? Is that James? You got to get going. You got to go hang out with Kurt Angle.
No.
He's putting his Angle's chiclets in his mouth on.
I accidentally farted on Kurt Angle once.
What's more embarrassing, you farting on Kurt Angle or you getting choked out 30,000 feet above by Undertaker?
That didn't happen. That didn't
happen to me. That happened to Kurt Angle.
To Kurt Angle.
Oh, I don't know. Probably both had the same effect.
Yeah, so tell us the story, Meanie. How'd this happen?
Oh, it sounds. I didn't even know I did it. It was when we're doing the. I swear to God.
I'm sorry. Okay, just tell the story. I need to know how you didn't even know that you were.
So, Bruce Pritchard sent me to the Dory Funk Dojo, which is awesome, with Dory Funk and Dr. Tom, and Kurt Angle was a part of that class. Mm-hmm. So the whole week goes by, everybody's doing really good, but for whatever reason, that last day, everything went awry, and me and Kurt had a match, and it started going awry when, I don't even know why I keep doing the spot, because I keep fucking it up. I put him on the top turnbuckle, I go up, like I'm going to suplex him, he blocks it, punch, punch, punch. I take the big bump off, and every time I take that big bump off the second buckle, I whack my head. Mm. And then he comes off with the high cross body, and I'm so out of it. It's like Wile E. Coyote hitting the side of a mountain, and he just slides down kind of thing. But something happened. I went to go for a slam. He slipped behind me, grabbed me around the waist, shoots me in for the O'Connor roll. Uh-huh. He said on the O'Connor roll, it was like 1, 2. And
1, 2.
Yeah. And I didn't know this. And then the next day
okay.
Next day we're at breakfast and Kurt goes, you farted during our match, right? I did the Homer Simpson slowly back up, like, so I don't know if he's going to shoot in on me,
Probably not, out of fear of what's he going to do. He's going to stretch you and release, like everything.
Yeah.
Puts you in a half Nelson and just,
as I evacuate. Oh, there's my grandparents. Oh, they're dead.
Your gas isn't hanging around for that shit.
Like I'll randomly bring that up to him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that was funny." Yeah.
So it's like your own little.
Maybe you should stop. You should stop randomly bringing it up to him. Can we have him? Okay. We got to figure out some scenario because there's going to be another StarCast.
I'm sure he doesn't remember it anymore. So,
well, there's going to be a StarCast in the future, and Angle's going to be there now.
I wouldn't bring it up just for there might be some PTSD involved with it. So
yeah. But if we're still allowed to do a stage show, as long as I stop shooting on Meltzer, if we're allowed to do a stage show, I really want to. I want to try and bring some random people on. They're not going to let us bring Angle because he'll have his own show. I want to bring Dave Meltzer on our stage show. Can we do that?
Lay down a tarp.
I'll bring a body. I'll bring a coffin.
Hey, I'm not trying to, just because
he won't show. He won't show.
He wouldn't show up. No.
Yeah.
No, but we'll give him
you can't block somebody when they're right in front of you. What's he going to do? Push you on
seriously.
He's going to push your nipple. Oh, you're blocked.
Threaten me with a good time.
I'm trying to.
That's not where my nipple is. Oh, got it.
There we go.
Right. Oh man. Well, this has been fun. This has been a fun episode here.
Yeah, man. It's good having you on, James.
Yeah.
I try to make things fun.
Well, dude, you're right there with us with the seltzer, with the ball stuff.
Yeah, I don't know that I would have hit any of our sponsors if not for you.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Cello Toys.
Cello Toys, yeah. So there are other parts of the shows I was going to get to some of these things, but there we go. Oh, they're over my shoulder here. Here we are. All right.
James is leading the match. He's leading. He's calling the spots.
How do we do this? Here we go. The Mind of the Meanie logo using Cello Toys.
Yeah.
Peeking out from. How do I do this? Because I'm like reversed. Hey James, what's happening? Wait, what is happening here? I don't know.
Have him poke out for this. Oh, how's that work?
What?
Have them poke out like.
What am I? Anyway, so yeah, we've got these action figures coming out soon from Cello Toys. You can go to cellotoys.net or what is going on here?
I'm sorry, I hijacked the show.
You can go to cellotoys.net or you can go to mindofthemeanie.com and you can go order these action figures, cellotoys.net if you're outside the U.S. and inside the U.S., go to mindofthemeanie.com. That would be a great time. I think we should maybe throw to a little Cello Toys commercial. From the hit podcast Mind of the Meanie comes the brand new Mind of the Meanie action figures by Cello Toys. A 2-pack featuring former WWE superstar and ECW original, the Blue Meanie, and his Mind of the Meanie co-host Josh Shernoff with removable microphone. These figures feature 3 points of articulation and incredible likenesses. These retro-style figures can be purchased outside the U.S. at cellotoys.net and inside the U.S. over at mindofthemeanie.com. With only 1,000 made, this collectible 2-pack won't be around for long, so pre-order now. The Mind of the Meanie action figures by Cello Toys. Order now. Welcome back, everybody. I didn't see you here. I was just playing with myself and the Meanie. Cello Toys, man, I could not be more excited for this. This is going to be really cool. And you can get autograph versions over at mindofthemeanie.com. You can also get our autograph signed concept art, which is really cool. So definitely check that out. And
lots of things going on in the world of Mind of the Meanie is pretty cool.
Okay,
James?
James, we lost James.
James is down. James, are you alive, James?
James?
Sorry.
Should we call
AWO.
This is Life Alert.
What? Did you just change, or did you just do a wardrobe change?
What are you, Janet Jackson, doing? Were you Cher doing a wardrobe change?
Oh, man. By the way, James also gets a free shirt every month. I don't think you got one for last month. You need to let us know what you want. Or did you get one?
And I think I might have picked the Mind of the Meanie.
Or did you get the... Oh, yeah. Okay. That's the one you got. Yeah. I'll check. I'll double check, make sure we're not screwing you out of anything. But you need one for this month, for April. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a Mind of the Meanie Letterman jacket.
That sounds really good. So pick that up whenever you get a chance, and then let us know what T-shirt you want to be sent for. Don't you have a Mind of the Meanie Letterman's jacket?
No, I have the Windbreaker.
You're the Windbreaker. Someone has the Letterman's jacket. Someone bought the
appropriately
Letterman's jacket.
named.
You know who does? Yeah, the Windbreaker is perfect. But Meanie and I don't even have the Letterman's jackets. I want to get those before we do live shows. We have to get jackets or something.
I like that because it kind of reminds me of the old concept of how like we had Letterman jackets in ECW kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I would definitely get the Letterman jacket. I like the circle logo too, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that's the one to do. Can I tell you something?
I still have my ECW Letterman jacket somewhere.
I want to tell you something about that logo and my hoodie. Now today you can see, where am I?
Slower.
My nice talking with friends hoodie here. Talking with Friends, available at mindofthemeanie.com, and you can follow us at the TWF show. We now have Twitter, so I don't have to hashtag talking with friends, because that was like a weird.
It's a lot of fun, that show. That show's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I like how we're adding that we're adding content to our YouTube.
Yes, and speaking of our YouTube content, Mrs. Meanie kind of took over.
Yeah.
She's had a lot of stuff. Super cool video about the arcade system, like the actual physical arcade unit that you now have in Trey Meanie Studios.
Yes.
And then she also put up a video of her favorite Wrestlemania entrances, which is almost in a way kind of like a preview to how she's going to do her top 5 each night of Wrestlemania gear, wrestling attire. So.
Well, hopefully it doesn't disappoint this year. I mean, everybody with everything with the actually they're gonna have fans now. So
they're gonna have fans. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Then that's how you go all out, you know.
Yeah.
But dude, this Retromania. Thank you. Yeah, shout out to Retromania. I know we advertise them and all that good stuff. I know we did like 3 ads in a row. But they sent out these Retromania in-house arcades.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll take you on a little shot here.
Please do. Oh, a little behind the scenes. Now you got to watch on FITE.
Yeah, man.
I want one.
Or youtube.com/MindOfTheMeanie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I am so glad that I'm not on it. Because I had one of those. They made one of those things of me as well. Without the beard, my face looked gigantic. But they made one of those little graphics of me.
Yeah.
Now, common sense would say, do not put him on this, because I'm the ring announcer. Why would you put me on the thing there? But if I had been on it, I would have had to have gotten that.
Yeah.
And I don't have any space for it, so I'm glad.
Dude, we barely have space for it.
Yeah.
We had to, like,
because I want it so bad, and that would have been the tipping point where I would have said whether I have space or not. You know, like for you, like you had no choice. Like I know this is something you wanted, and this is something you're glad to have.
Yeah.
But you had no choice. You're on it, which is like so cool. By the way,
this is a once in a lifetime thing here, dude.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And like it comes with like, it sounds like a commercial, but it's made by iArcade, and you could buy the regular one or you could buy this one, and it comes with like 11 games, and you can get more games, and it's amazing. But yeah, I'm waiting for Retromania to be available on this. But I've been playing like they got the old school arcade games like Mania Challenge, Dragon's Lair, Space Ace.
That's awesome.
And Mrs. Meanie's been playing it way more than I have. So
yeah, definitely check out her video on it.
Yeah, I did. Put over really Mrs. Cool. Meanie.
It also shows you this isn't some like random like rinky-dink thing where they're like, here's a couple of labels to stick on boxes and it'll look like an arcade system.
No, this is the real deal, man.
Check out that video. It's legitimate.
And shout out to her because, she worked really hard on these videos. And she worked really hard on our studio to recalculate everything because we had to, we got this arcade game in our Trey Meanie studios. We had to go out to IKEA and get like new furniture to like redo things and you know, the way I set up my studio now, it was blocking where I put my ring light, so I had to get this thing and to make sure. And
there's no better test. There's no better test to your relationship than going to IKEA.
Yeah,
like that's where relationships go to die.
Yeah,
it's tough. But no, we've got some great content over there. Mrs. Meanie has just been it's been nice to have her back on there with an official Mrs. Meanie run-in episode 9, I believe. But she's had other things that weren't classified as Mrs. Meanie run-in.
So like
she's contributed a lot of stuff. She's really cool stuff, including a tour of the Trey Meanie studios.
Which she might have to do a new one because we've totally redone it.
That's part 2, an update.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, James?
Are you sucking your thumb?
I'm kind of mad at Retromania at the moment because they don't have it for PlayStation yet because I have a PlayStation, but
it'll be there.
Same here,
you know who else is mad at Retromania? Colt Cabana.
Yeah.
Colt's been getting a little bunchy in the old panties. So while I'm covering this on So Says Shernoff this month, so I don't want to give everything away, but basically Colt, people have brought it to my attention that Colt has been cursing me out every time he plays because I announce him from Chicago, Illinois. So as I explained to someone on Twitter, this is how voiceovers work. Voiceovers work, they give you a script, you read it, you record it, then you send them said recording and they put it in the game. I did not decide to announce him from Chicago, Illinois. I read a script. I have, however, I was asked to redo it as from Maxwell Street, which I'll be honest with you, Colt, I didn't know you're from Maxwell Street. I don't really follow your intros. But apparently he wanted that. So I have recorded that, but spoiler to you, the script said from Maxwell Street in Chicago, Illinois. So I hope you're okay with Chicago, Illinois still being in there because I read what they told me to read. So that's that. Also, Colt and I have known each other for almost 20 years. So I don't really take it personally, other than to say, listen, you prick. Don't badmouth me on the game, boom, boom. All right? Unless you want to get in the ring with me, and it's going to go down a lot like it went down last time when you eliminated me from the Battle Royal. So, let's...
Yeah.
So, I'll get in there. I will throw my ass over that top rope for you in a heartbeat if you want to keep talking shit. You want to get in here? You want to get in there with me? Yeah, I'll bump for you, buddy.
I'll tumble for you. Yeah, I'll tumble for you.
Yeah. I'll take that flying apple right to the face. But guess what? There might be a little surprise. There might be a little surprise when you hit there. One of those deals.
Applesauce, bitch.
Yeah. I prefer syrup. Anyway.
Sugar. Cinnamon or no?
What?
Cinnamon or no cinnamon?
Yikes. Cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, cinnamon sugar. Thank you.
There you go. If you're freaky, a little. If you're freaky,
Travis
a little
Bohab has
nutmeg.
the bind of the Meanie jacket.
Who?
Travis.
Oh, Travis. Travis has the jacket. Yeah, he just put that there. Awesome, Travis.
Awesome.
So as it stands now, Travis has the jacket, so he's going to show up, and people are going to be like, oh, shit, Mind of the Meanie's here. He's going to be like, no, just they're not here yet because they're running late, as usual, and they also don't have their own jackets.
Yeah, we're always on time. That train's always late.
Josh, can you send me your shirt sizes again or jacket sizes?
My personal one, like if I was getting fitted for a suit, or what we offer on the site?
For the site.
Okay. I mean, it's small, medium, large, extra large.
No, we know what size you are, what size Meanie is.
James.
No.
James. You don't have to send us things.
You don't have to send me a 4XL. That's fine.
Yeah, please don't send me a medium. Yeah. Right?
Please don't send me an extra. Don't send me an extra moose.
3X and an X.
What, an X? What, a medium?
Nah, you don't have to send me a 4X.
No, you don't have to send it. Please don't. You don't have to send us anything. But no, I'm a medium, pal. I might have a little COVID weight on me, but I'm still a medium. As Joel Gertner would say, I'm Slim Jim. I'm Slim Jim. As Macho Man would say, I'm Slim Jim. Slim, trim, buff, cut, ripped, chiseled, and jacked, I believe, is how he introduced Devon Dudley, which, coincidentally, the only thing of Joel Gertner's that they might keep on the Peacock network. That's a nice Macho Man belt there. That looks thick, man. That looks good. Does that look good?
And the belt looks pretty good, too, yeah.
Yeah. That looks great.
Very cool, man. You're good.
I think that one and the Undertaker custom belts that they've been putting out are the most badass. I mean, if we're not counting the BWO belt.
The 30-year one or the one before that?
The more recent one, the Winged Eagle that's all silver.
Yeah, I have that one too.
Damn. Well, listen, I'm starting to feel a little bit less bad about how much money you spend on us.
Jeez.
It's got to at least equal. Let me ask you something.
I'm envious, man. That's
putting you on the spot.
Go ahead.
Who picked up the tab with you and Bischoff?
Bischoff.
That guy's a hell of a guy. He is a hell of a guy.
Eric's a good
Did you
dude,
offer?
Man.
He just said it's on me.
Man.
I was still starstruck just meeting him. It was really cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Spent a couple hours talking to him, talking about.
He is definitely somebody that I want an opportunity. I mean, I've met him, I've interviewed him a little bit, hoping to get him on a So Says Shernoff in the future. But he's someone I want to off camera spend some time talking to.
Yeah, I want to have a beer with Eric Bischoff.
Yeah. Maybe Starcast. Maybe we can work
Jameson.
that out.
You might want to have a Jameson with him.
Yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
Jameson's his drink of choice, and I like Jameson.
All
Very
right.
cool.
Start sending them.
I like the Rosati sisters, but go ahead.
He's one hell of a dude who unjustly gets the raw end of shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I like the Eric fights, the Eric fires back segment when he gets to
James
answer
dropped
certain.
again.
You okay? You smell
You all right,
toast,
man?
You all right?
Text message came in. So I was
You're not stroking out on
Text
us, are
message came in, so he threw his phone across the room. Oh man. Well, listen, James. This
James
has
is
been
a wild
awesome.
man.
We are about to launch into the Ask Meanie segment, which is where we will bid you adieu. But before we go, even though we haven't officially hit the hit it yet, why don't we jump into a little bit of Ask Meanie? First, we're going to take a look at our Pro Wrestling Tees shirts and all the great stuff that we have over there that the great Andy Slichter has made, including some things that are being worn by Andy Slichter. Or not Andy Slichter. He maybe he's wearing it. James Sorensen. Although, James, that came from Patreon, I believe. We have Patreon exclusive things. But let's go take a look at Pro Wrestling Tees right now. When we come back, we're going to ask Meanie anything. Get your Mind of the Meanie shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. We have the Mind of the Meanie logo tee, the Mind of the Meanie badge, Meanie Toons, Meanie Burger, 3 seltzers deep, Meanie Gas, Wreck Every Bathroom and Leave, Meanie Screwing Up the YMCA, Alternative Commentary, Podcast Faces, and so much more. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie. And we're back.
Oh, there we go.
Great shirts over there. But if you want some awesome shirts like King of Sarcasm or some great BWO, well, obviously you can go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie for great BWO shirts. But for extra colors that maybe aren't available on Pro Wrestling Tees, like the one that James Sorensen is wearing, you got to join Patreon, man. We have so many. Here's the thing. Slichter is constantly coming up with crazy ideas.
Yeah.
And every time he comes up with another awesome shirt, we throw it up there as a shirt, as a mug. Now we've got pillows. Go put pillows into the search. If you're a Patreon member, put pillows into the search of that page. And dude, everything in a pillow form. It's so cool. I want so many pillows. I have a couch here in my office, and I want so many different pillows, and I'll just keep changing them out. Definitely check out ProWrestlingTees.com/Mind of the Meanie and ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie and ProWrestlingTees.com/So Says Shernoff. But right now, guys, I think it's time to ask Meanie anything. What do you think?
I would love to.
Let's do it.
It's time to ask me anything. Ask me something.
All right. Before we get started, James, before we say so long to you, the floor is yours. Do you have a question for the Blue Meanie?
Yeah, kick it off.
When we're able to start doing shows live and we're able to travel, besides StarCast, what city would you want, and you have enough of a backing, where would you want to go first?
Are we saying outside of Philadelphia as well? Because that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yes, outside of
so
Philadelphia.
we're traveling, Meanie, and then we're not talking StarCast.
Wow.
We're not talking Philly. Where would you like to do the show? Assuming we know that tickets are going to be sold, and we know we can, where would you like to go?
We could do one in Chicago at Pro Wrestling Tees, maybe, because they have that. They have an area there where they do signings and all that good stuff. We could.
But I feel like Chicago is going to be where StarCast is next.
Yeah, you're right.
So what
that's
else?
out of the
What else you
question.
got?
Cody, Wyoming.
Thanks for the house, Bischoff. I don't know. I guess New York would probably be a good spot. A good spot, yeah. Because
I'd say New York sometime in August.
Yeah,
That could be good.
yeah. It's around Mrs. Meanie's birthday. She's August 9th.
Nice. Yeah, New York would be good. And unrelated, but totally related, we will have some news soon, I think, about maybe our first live appearance. Not a live show, but our first live appearance where we may or may not actually do the podcast from. I don't know if we've talked about this, Meanie. We've been talking a little bit about, a place. Do you know how far away the place is that we were talking about?
I'm going to guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 6 hours.
I think it's actually just about 5.
Oh.
So
I could do that with my eyes closed.
It's not a problem from distance. It's a problem from so we'll be there at 9:30 a.m. It's like, that's not going to work. So, mind of the Meanie, James Sorensen's April payment might be covering some hotels. I don't know. So we're going to wait and see what happens there. But no, we have some, we have stuff being booked right now. So for New York in August that we're hoping is going to, we will officially announce it once it happens. But if I had to say hold a date, it would be August 7th. So let's see, and we'll have more information on that. But outside of New York, in a perfect world, like for me, if we're saying inside the continental U.S., as this episode is called Continental Soldier, for me, I would want it to be a state that I've never been to. So a lot of some of like I've been to almost every state, but a lot of them I just driven through,
Right. Right.
So I'd want it to be, what's that?
Come to Nebraska.
Is that where you are? In Nebraska?
Yes.
All right. The
I don't know
short
why
answer is Nebraska.
South Dakota, yeah.
Short answer is Nebraska. Well, James, thank you so much for being here, man.
Yeah, buddy.
And thank you for your continued support.
This is fun.
And no matter, I know that we continue to beg you to stop paying us money, but we know you won't because we appreciate that, and we look forward to having you back on the show in a couple of months.
Yes, brother.
Thank you. And
any last things you would like to say before we
Selector, could you get a hashtag Sorensen Blue level shirt made?
Sorensen Blue who?
Level.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hashtag Sorensen Blue.
We can have a one-off, and that could be exclusively to you.
Yeah, if that's something you want, hashtag Sorensen Blue level. Yeah. Slichter, we're going to talk about that. That could be a one-off that we...
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a one-off. We can... Oh. Yeah. Maybe if people buy it, we can give you some of the money to make up for...
We can exploit you some more.
Us. Yeah.
And I do have one more Ask Meanie Anything.
All right, do it.
You've earned it.
I had Google mapped this once before as well. Okay. If I would have come out to Philadelphia,
should I be scared? Go ahead.
Could we hang out?
Once the world heals up,
and everyone's vaccinated, and
once everybody's healthy, and McCusker's is back open. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And
my house is a mess though, so you're gonna have to get a hotel. But yeah,
floor's fine.
I don't let anybody in my house just because it's fucking embarrassing. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I
don't even have family in my house.
I don't think he was inviting himself to your house, Meanie. I think he was asking if we could hang out.
Hey, you got to throw out parameters. You got to throw out parameters. It's kind of like anal,
Yeah, without question, we will get together and hang out. And
can I pitch a tent?
It's hard to. I'll tell you. I don't know if you've ever seen Meanie in person, but it's hard to see him in person and not pitch a tent. So
or a teepee. I went to my doctor and said, hey, I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee. I'm a wigwam, I'm a teepee. He said, hey, calm down, you're 2 tents.
See? I told you I make things entertaining.
Yes, on that.
I went to my dad. I said, hey, Dad, can I borrow $50? He said, $40? What do you need $20 for?
Oh man. All right. On that note, hey James, thank you so much. We appreciate you more than you know. We really do. Thank you, and we look forward to having you back on here sometime in the near future.
Thank you.
And we will definitely hang out. We are definitely going to hang out when the world is back.
World heals up. World heals up. If you happen to make a trip to Philly, we'll hang out.
Yeah. Get you a drink at McCusker's.
And we'll have dinner at the Oregon Diner or something like that.
Yeah.
We'll make it total. And like even if there's no show, I'll give you the 25-cent tour of the ECW arena.
Ooh. I'm still waiting for that tour too. So
no, I'll just hit up Roger at the arena and he'll let me give you the tour guide. Because the building, if you go in the building now, it looks way different than it did back in the day. But I'll paint the mental picture of where everything was, stuff like that.
Awesome.
So, yeah,
that's awesome. All right, cool, man. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Hey, man, this was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was a blast.
Thank you for letting me have the honor of being a guest.
Oh man, thank you for
honor was
being
ours
of our pod squad here.
It was our blast.
It was, oh man, that was a lot of fun. That was really cool having James on.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Yes, definitely a good guy, and I'm excited for when we actually can do a show, and or like you said, even if there's no show, no anything like that, just get together and actually be like normal people. Meanie, we have a couple of Ask Meanies before we get out of here.
Sure.
Derek Price says, Happy Easter to all. Happy Easter to you, Easter. Derek. Thank you for this tie that I've worn the entire episode now. I'll break it out every Easter. Maybe I'll go and embarrass. Well, my kids aren't old enough to really be embarrassed by me. They'll think it's funny right now. But when they're older, I'll wear this to embarrass them.
That's what dads are for.
Yeah. So, all right. What do we have here? It's time to Ask Meanie. Here, this is a great one. Comes from Greg Kudo Me Valentine. Okay. Does your existence imply other unseen shades of meanie, as there would be no other reason to specify your color?
I
love this.
No, seriously, I got to digest it. Go ahead.
Does your existence imply other unseen shades of meanie, as there would be no other reason to specify your color? Like, you're the blue meanie. Does that imply that there's also a red meanie somewhere, and a yellow meanie, and a periwinkle meanie?
I get that question a lot. How come you're not the orange Ruffy? I don't know. There could be. I believe there's life on other planets. So in the parallel universe, there could be a red meanie doing the Mouth of the Meanie podcast on some random planet right now. So it could be.
I'd like to check that out.
Yeah. And he just queefs. He doesn't fart. He just...
And his co-host is me, except completely clean shaven, no beard, no eyebrows, and very dry, no humor, no sarcasm.
It's just very factual.
What?
Just very factual.
Yeah, very factual. But inadvertently sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a fun one. At Adam Scholes. Adam Scholes, shout out to Adam.
What up, buddy? How you doing?
Can you do the Dougie?
I could barely do the meanie dance.
Okay, he included a GIF if you want to go find it on
it's a dance,
social media.
Right? It's a dance, right?
Yeah. I can't do anything. I can do the shopping cart.
If I try to do any other dance besides the meanie dance, people try to hold down my tongue. They think I'm having a seizure. Just like, hey, you okay? No, sorry, I was just dancing.
Great question here from Travis Bohab, the man of the Letterman jacket. What do you think about WWE moving the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal to SmackDown?
I wasn't even aware of that.
It's going to be on this week's the Go Home SmackDown.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent because, like, wasn't it like part of the pre-show anyway? Kind of, wasn't.
It was a throwaway to get everyone on Mania, but now it's like you're doing 2 nights. What are you doing? I feel there's an opportunity to have more star power in the Battle Royal, maybe. Or an opportunity just to give I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Or you could have like a longer version of the Battle Royal where when it's Mania, you got to stick to a certain time.
Yep.
There's certain Battle Royals where it's like everybody out the pool. You see everybody getting eliminated in rapid succession. If they give a couple segments to the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, they could probably give it a little bit more time and give it a little bit more respect.
Yeah. Speaking of sticking to time, we got a few more questions here because for full disclosure, I do have a hard out, as they say, but also unrelated, I have to leave at a certain point. Because I have to do a family socially distanced Easter Bunny meeting, which is why I was thinking I would wear this. Yes. But this tie, because it's still an audio podcast. But a couple great questions before we wrap it up here. Jonathan Chambers writes,
"What up?
Would you guys agree or disagree that heels shouldn't do drop kicks, dives, etc., things that are traditionally done by baby faces?"
It's a good point. Maybe because to me, a dive should be done by a baby face out of desperation, trying to get back at the heel for everything he did during the heat or during the course of the feud. But then again, you can get like a Macho Man who does the double axe handle off the top rope onto the baby face.
I think there's an exception to prove every rule. And Macho Man might be that exception, but I think a dive from a heel really should be, if they're doing this big spectacular move, it should only be done if the babyface is going to move out of the way.
Yes.
Like the heel should always be foiled when they're doing something elaborate or something showy,
All right. Well, that's always been the basic psychology, heel does something and the babyface does it back to him 3 times as better and gets the pop.
Yeah, I could see the heel going for the tope suicida, as they say, and gets cut off and falls out of the ring, and then the babyface slides in and actually hits it onto the heel. Yeah. Hoisted by his own petard, as I used to always say, which is something I learned from my brother when he did commentary once upon a time, and then I heard what's his name on AEW say it, and I was a little upset. Hello, Mrs. Meanie. Oh, she got caught.
Yeah, she slid in to our Mind of the Meanie
DMs.
I think it constitutes
Mind of the Meanie, Mrs. Meanie round and Tracy Roots got something to say. Hey, hey, hey. Just putting my shoes on.
She's just putting her shoes on. She's running down to the PO box.
But no, I thought that was a fun question.
Casually in the room where you're doing this podcast.
Because it's the apocalypse.
Hey, since Mrs. Meanie's here, this is a great question. LOL Man 642 writes, how do you like being in Retromania wrestling?
Dude, it's amazing. Like I said, in 2021, to be a part of a video game, like I said on social media, money and time's an investment. So for a company to take the time to invest money and put me into their game and develop me in their game is invaluable. You can't put a price tag on honor of, something that's really that cool. And like I said, I'm looking at this cabinet right now. My face is one of these many stars on this console. I'm in there with some great talent. So it means a lot.
You've got the whole BWO. You've got, who else is on there? The Road Warriors are on there.
Road Warriors.
Colt from Maxwell Street. Is he on there?
Ian Ricky Bobby.
Ian Ricky Bobby. That's what we call Ian Riccaboni. Yes. By the way. Nick Aldis, Matt Cardona, Brian Myers, Colt Cabana.
From Maxwell Street.
From Maxwell Street.
He's from Maxwell Street. I wanted to just
Yes.
God, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that.
No, but it's awesome. If you can afford the cabinet, get the cabinet, because not only do you get Wrestlemania, but you get access to so many really cool retro games.
They're very affordable.
And very affordable.
And addicting.
And addicting. Because Mrs. Meanie's been playing way more than I have, But
that's awesome.
Yeah, she's addicted to it. We even went out and bought a stool, an Eddie Van Halen stool, so we can.
That looks so cool.
Yeah,
that looks really cool.
Yeah, I should. I was going to pitch them that they should start accessories and do like a Retromania stool or something like that.
You absolutely should pitch that to them because that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Because think about it, they can do everybody on there, but then they can do individuals. They could do a Blue Meanie. They could do a BWO.
Yeah.
They could do the Nick Aldis. They could do one of. They could do like just Matt Cardona, just Brian Myers, or maybe they could do a Major Wrestling Figure podcast, Cardona and Myers. The background can be the venue, which, by the way, they're venues. There will be downloadable content, and there will definitely be more venues. And stay tuned to Mind of the Meanie is all I'll say.
Absolutely.
Amazing game, though. And I second what you're saying. I mean, for me, just a huge honor. I know I was poking fun a little bit at Colt being upset with how I announced him. But he's a friend. Don't worry.
I love Colt.
Let's not set the internet ablaze.
Yeah.
I love Colt too. Such an honor to be a part of that game and to be just adjacent to all of these amazing stars. Last question here, probably the most important question to guys like you and me, Meanie. From Stephen Michael Puga at Puga20. Do you ever think Wrestlemania will ever come back to Philadelphia?
I would hope so. I think if...
I mean, it has been 22 years.
Yeah, I think if...
We know at least 24 years because they've announced the next two venues.
Yeah. And they experiment with doing one in New York, which is a cold weather city around this time of year.
They've done two of them there outside.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure if Philly had like a dome stadium, they would have done at least one more here. But I would hope so. Philadelphia is, one of the main cities that WWE ran all those years before the expansion. There's a history here. Their roots are here. So I think we're due to have at least one more. I've heard stories that the prior mayor might not have done us any favors, almost making it seem like he was doing them a favor instead of them.
By allowing them to come in and boost the Philadelphia economy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because every city WrestleMania goes to, it boosts the economy in that city.
Sure.
So not the current mayor, but the previous mayor, I heard, did the WrestleMania Philly no favors. So hopefully, hopefully,
you're saying there's a chance.
Well, I know for a fact that they initially before the XFL shut down, they approached this mayor about having XFL in Philly. I don't know if that still stands with The Rock, but we shall see.
My feeling is it's not going to be for WrestleMania 40. I think that's going to be back in. New York, I think.
Yeah, they do like every 10th one there. Seems.
But they have. I mean, that's not 30 though. Was in New Orleans, so
yeah. Well,
I guess
it's kind of odd, but
yeah.
It seemed like every 10th year they would go to New York for some reason.
Oh, Travis says, don't let LaGreca hear you saying Mania was in New York. No, trust me. When I'm saying New York, that's because they've managed to brainwash me. No, that was in frickin' Jersey. It was not in New York. It was in Jersey. I agree with Dave LaGreca 150%. It is when you're the shadow of New York. Yeah, I live in the frickin' shadow of New York City because I'm like a 2.5 hour drive. Like, that's not what no. I'm sorry. It's not New York. It's not not New York. That's it. You can't do it in the frickin' February of States, Delaware, and say that it's in the shadow of Philadelphia, which, by the way, the February of States, Delaware shirt now available at prowrestlingtees.com/Mind of the Meanie. So I hope it comes back.
Yeah.
I hope it does.
It needs to.
But yeah, man. But that's it. That's it for today. A quick, concise show. Quick and concise. We went almost 2 hours.
Yeah. You have a hard out.
A lot. What's that?
Because you have a hard out.
Yeah, I got a hard out. If my out was soft, we'd be here all day. But it is HARD, rock solid, and I need to get it out. No, but this has been a blast as always. Yeah, man. Just a lot of fun. Any last words? I hope you'll be back next week.
Yeah.
For episode 55 already.
Yeah, this was a fun show, man. Thanks for everybody for being here. Thanks for our guest, James Sorensen, who earned his way onto the show. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a blast.
But thank you to each and every one of you who joined us here each and every week. We're here for you. We're here to serve you and entertain you. And this has been a lot of fun. I look forward to it. This episode, a lot of fun. I can't believe it went by so fast. But again, thank you all.
Yeah, this was a fun show. We really do appreciate everybody and all of your support, and we thank you for watching us on FITE. And this is our go home. This is our go home to Wrestlemania. So go home to Meanie Mania. So number one, go on over to adfreeshows.com and check out this month's Terry Funk episode of That Was Extreme with our good friend Joel Gertner. But also make sure to check out on FITE Meanie Mania post-show extravaganza, both nights, April 10th and 11th. We will be there to give you our full opinion. Mrs. Meanie's going to tell you what her favorite wrestling gear was that night, both nights, her top fives, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Go ahead, if you'd be so kind, to follow us on social media at Mind of the Meanie across the board. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, anywhere and everywhere you want to look for us. As long as we have it, it's going to be at Mind of the Meanie. Also, don't forget, especially if you want some Mrs. Meanie in your life, you got to go to youtube.com/Mind of the Meanie, hit the like, hit subscribe, and hit that little bell so that you know when a new episode, be it a Mrs. Meanie run-in, a Talking with Friends, or anything else that the Mind of the Meanie, including the video versions of this podcast, those show up after they're on FITE. So check it all out over there. Follow us as individuals. Of course, I'm at So Says Shernoff. He is at Blue Meanie BWO. Go over to Cameo if you want us to say hey to you. He's cameo.com/Blue Meanie BWO.
Yes.
And I'm cameo.com/So Says Shernoff. That's it. That's all I've got to give. So I hope everybody had a safe and healthy and happy Easter, those who celebrate. And I hope everybody enjoys Wrestlemania week, Meanie Mania week.
Yes.
I hope you all enjoy Meanie Mania week. And tune in again next Monday and every Monday for another trip into the mind